Okay, hello again. I am playing Ever 17. Okay, so the summary from the last time we played is, let's see, what did we do last time? We had some quality time with Tsugloomy, which is now her name, in fixing generators and learning about Newtonian fluid dynamics in exorbitant detail, which was fine. And then, let's see. We learned that Sora is an AI, which, I'm sorry if you weren't here before, but guess what? It's pretty obvious. Anyway, it surprised literally no one, except for the main character. And then we found out through Tsugumi that Sora cannot lie unless she was pre-programmed ahead of time to say specific phrases, which is very suspicious. And so now I believe we're just going to explore a little bit more, and hopefully all this stuff that we just learned isn't damning. Cool. So yeah, that's it. Let me get out of here. Okay. It was nighttime. But deep below the ocean's surface, it was only slightly darker than before. Fortunately, the damage to Lemu hadn't worsened. We had a light dinner at the tuna sandwich shop and gathered in the conference room. And then everybody else is yawning. My yawn was contagious.
Still,
says Coco.
Everybody looks so sleepy.
Well, there's really nothing to do. The only person that seemed completely awake was Coco. Everyone else was slouched in chairs, just spacing out. There was no impending danger, no new developments. The situation we were in remained unchanged, and it somehow felt as though time had stopped. Kuranari, you're such a slob. Yu said that in a tired-sounding voice. Stop dawdling. But there's no reason to go wandering around the complex now, right? We're just gonna have to wait for help to come anyway, right? Yeah, I suppose. Alright, I'm off for a little bit. Rubbing her shoulders, Yu stood up.
Hey, Nakyu! Are you going somewhere?
Yeah, nowhere in particular, just a walk. I've gotta move around or I'll get tired.
Oh, I know! Let's run a race!
Coco's eyes lit up.
A race? You don't want to?
No, I didn't say that. Yu made a face, but she didn't seem to be in a bad mood.
Then how about tag?
Okay, I'm in. But tag with two people doesn't sound very fun. You want me to play? Says the kid. Kid stood up. May I participate as well? Says Sora. Sora approached Coco and the others.
Yeah, let's play together!
Yes, please. Love that the AI wants to play. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna win. Couldn't tell why, but everyone was excited to play. I suppose everybody was bored. Hey, where do you want to play?
How about in this room?
Coco looked around the conference room. I surveyed it too. Tsugumi sat alone with an annoyed expression on her face. You never shut up. She lazily stood up from her chair and walked briskly to the corner of the room, and flipped off the light switch. Tsugumi returned to her seat, slowly sat down again. Ooh, we get a special image of Tsugumi. What are you thinking? It's dark! It's too bright for me here to relax. Some people want to rest. Well, that doesn't mean you just turn off the lights? Just because you want to rest. What about you? Huh? Don't you want to rest? No, I'm... Oh, hey! Takeshi, you want to play tag? Tag, huh? Alright, so I guess the choice is, do I hang out with Tsugumi in the dark room, or do I play tag with a bunch of kids? Let's see. I'm gonna check my guide here. I'm gonna pass! I want to hang out with Tsugumi. Gloomy Tsugumi. Okay. Nah, I think I'll pass. I want to rest like Tsugumi said, and I think I'll hold off for now. Once you get older like me, tag takes its toll on your body. Older, huh? Well, you must be older than you look. What? Yeah, and besides, Kurenari doesn't seem too sharp anyway. I bet he'll get caught right away. You don't know what you're talking about. I stood up energetically. Oh, does that mean Kurenari wants to play now?
Come on, Takepion, it'll be fun!
Wait a sec, I didn't say I'm playing. Oh, you're not gonna play? Surrendering without a fight? Sounds like a chicken to me. Alright, I'll play your dumb game. I was overruled by the majority. Well, I figured it was better than sitting there doing nothing. I was playing, but I wasn't happy about it. Tsugumi turned her head in the special image. Tsugumi glanced at me from the corner of her eye and then looked away. Should we leave the lights off? Kid whispered this to me. Sorry, I got hiccups. The emergency lights are on, but it's kind of dark. Are you okay with that? Let's respect Tsugumi's wishes. But this doesn't seem like tag at all.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Give me a flashlight to go.
Rhythm's off, okay. Coco pulled out a flashlight and she recited the rhyme.
How about kick the can instead? It's also fun, don't you think?
Kick the can. Coco lit up her face with the flashlight from under a chin, trying to get everyone to agree. Kick the can? What is kick the can?
Oh, it's, you pick someone to be it in a dark place, then everyone hides.
Hey, that's just hide and seek tag.
No, it's not, listen!
Oh, sorry.
The person that's it puts a can somewhere in the room. And people that hide try to kick the can before the person that's it finds them. If a person kicks the can, then he or she wins. So, if the person that's it finds somebody and steps on the can while calling out to his or her name, then the found person can't kick the can anymore and loses.
Oh, that's kind of like hide and seek, right? Oh well, everyone knows how to play that.
No, it's kick the can.
That's a glorified kind of hide and seek.
No, it's kick the can. Kick the can.
Anyway, who cares about the name? Let's just play. Jeez. As we were getting all pumped for the game, Tsugumi let out a sigh. You are so noisy. Tsugumi quietly stood up and walked to the far exit, leaving the room. Is Tsugumi mad? Who knows? Anyway, she'll come back after a while, you'll see. After that, we decided... Sorry. Who is it using rock, paper, scissors?
Ready, go! Ready, go! Ready, go!
Damn, I lost. Alright, so Kurenari is it first.
Oh, goody! Good luck!
Everyone was grinning at me, damn. Here you go, Takeshi. The kid handed me an empty can. You can hide anywhere as long as it's on the 3rd floor. Alright, everyone, let's hide! Ready? Wait a sec. I held up a hand hurriedly, stopping you from sending everyone off. You, what did you say? Let's hide? No, before that. You can hide anywhere on the 3rd floor? Are you serious? Not just the conference room? The room is too small, and there aren't that many places to hide. But the whole 3rd floor? Oh, of course the areas that can't be reached by walking from here are off limits. Same for emergency corridors and stairs. That's still too big! It's not fair to the person that's it. While he's looking for one person, someone else will definitely kick the can. I think it's fine. It's not fine. The game won't work. This is such a major problem. Gosh, you sure do complain a lot. Well, he certainly would appear to be at a disadvantage. I will dim the lights on the 3rd floor, but in return, I will make it so that sounds carry better. If sounds carry, then you'll hear when someone moves across the corridor with the water.
That will give the person who's it an advantage. And I will make it so that you know when people are moving. I will synthesize footsteps and play the sound on the voice converters.
Oh my god, Sora, you're adding too much to this game! Okay, sounds good.
Oh, but what should I do if I get to the can first?
Huh? Oh, yeah, that's right. You can't kick the can. We'd only just noticed if we played tag, we would have had to ban Sora from jumping about as an image.
Then, can you be with me, Sora-san? We'll make it so that Sora-san and I have to be within a meter of each other when we hide and when we're it. In that case, I'll kick the can for the both of us. Okay, let's try that.
Okay, thanks. Jeez, this is a mess. On top of that, we made Sora promise not to use the bioscan or Leimu to monitor the location of anyone. Jeez, promises from an AI. Okay. Yeah, that makes it fair then. Alright, all set. It looked like everyone was ready. I took the can, closed my eyes, and counted to 100 in the conference room. During that time, the others scattered throughout the 3rd floor. Alright, it's 10:19 p.m. Spooky. 100. I opened my eyes. I put the can by my feet. I looked around the dim light. There was no one around. Guess I'll have to go look. I faced the nearby door. My footsteps reverberated, producing an unnaturally deep sound. It was kind of like how I imagined sonar would sound. I see, so this is what Sora meant by making the sound carry better. I felt like I was in a submarine. I mean, kinda you are. I thought that I would have to pay attention to which sounds were mine and which were others. All the lights were off, but the doors opened automatically. First, I thought I would head for the... Alright, where do we go? Central control room or elevator hall? Let's just go in order. Doesn't matter. Central control room. I decided to hit the control room. Control-zium. Okay, the monitors in the room were off and the room was only dimly lit. The computers weren't moving. Do computers move? Alright. I peeked into the lockers under the desk, but no one was there. Well, I figured no one would want to hide in a place that would be cramped and hard to get out of. I gave up looking any more thoroughly and left the room. The elevator hall was one idea. Alright, I'm going to Farstral. Went to the elevator hall, but there was really no place for anyone to hide. I checked along the walls, but there was no one there. All the elevators were stopped, and there was no sign of anything moving. Maybe I should ignore this area. I thought of where I should go next. Oh! Just then I heard a sound. Someone was running along the corridor. The footsteps were heading towards the conference room of the Lemurian ruins. Oh no! I rushed back the way I'd come. Who is that? Oops! When I shouted, the moving person flinched. The person I had found in the corner was Kid! I didn't know if he had given up because I ran after him, but he stopped in the corridor. Oh no! You caught me! Am I the first one? Yep. Dang! That means if you catch everyone, then I'm it next? I reckon so. I wonder if someone will show up to help me. They say nothing. Takeshi, if you don't step on the can, then I'll go kick it. You sure know your kick the can rules. Whack! Oh! You flashed on screen with a fist just for a second. Cool. I think she punched me. Splash! Suddenly, you came flying out of the side and completely cold-cocked me with a jumping chop to the neck. Jesus Christ. My head went underwater. My mouth filled with seawater. You was pointing at me in the water and cackling crazily. Floundering in the water, I stood up. Hey, you!
I won this battle!
Hey, stop messing around, wait! Wait for you to catch me? No thanks. Hey, you, I'll get you back for that! Just you wait! I took off in a mad dash after you. You disappeared into the conference room. I tried to close the door before I got there, but Made it in first. Oh, she tried to close the door. Alright. You couldn't find the can and was wandering about. I ran by you. I caught sight of the can and I slid into it! I put the can under my foot and declared, I found you! I stomped the can! Soon after that, the kid came in. I found the kid! I stomped on the can! I continued my declaration. Haha! Did you think you really could outwit me? Kurenari, you cheater! You changed the place of the can! Nobody said that I had to put where I had to put the can, right? Besides, you smacked me, so I figured we're even. Alright, whatever. Anyway, I'm the first person you caught? You got it. Well, that plan sure was a failure. Huh? What plan? As they were talking, the sound of splashing footsteps could be heard approaching the door.
Hello!
I found Sora, Coco, and Pee-Pee. I stepped on the can. Oh, did you get beaten here, Tanaka-san? Things didn't work out quite as planned.
Not you! Don't you think you jumped the gun just a little bit?
You said we could all charge together. Oh! Pee-Pee has no idea. Okay. So that was your plan. Yeah, I thought if we all went for the can at once, then you wouldn't be able to stop us. That's pretty dirty. You laughed mischievously with a hint of embarrassment. We gathered at the center of the room. Well, finding all of you was easier than I thought. First of all, mob-style kicking of the can is definitely not allowed. Huh? Why? You think I could stop all of you if you come and attack me at once? Impossible. That's why. It takes all the fun out of it. Timing your rush just right, waiting for the person who's it to go searching, all of that would disappear from the game. Well, alright. You reluctantly agreed to be it the next time. I thought that maybe she was used to hand-to-hand full combat battles of kick the can. What? I didn't know that kick the can was such a high-contact sport. Sport is also a generous term. Alright, everyone, good with that? Sora, Coco, and the kid and Pee-Pee, everyone nodded, even the dog. Okay then, you is it next. The can is over there, so you get it, you put it where you want, and count. Ka-bing! Clatter, 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 clatter. The sound of the can being kicked rang out into the darkness. The can went rolling powerfully towards the corridor. Hey, who kicked that? It wasn't me! As soon as she got that out of her mouth, you started to run away. You scoundrel! Everyone scattered like scared butterflies. The splashing sound of footsteps echoed as they receded down the corridor. Geez, this means I gotta be it again? No one responded. I looked around the room. No one was left. Huh? I wondered if Tsugumi kicked the can. Despite what she said, Tsugumi was probably playing on the sly. She should have said so then. Oh well. Alright, I'm counting to 100. 1, 10, 11, 100! Here I go! Alright, it's 10:28 p.m. I'm gonna get all of you. I thought about where I should start looking. Alright, so now I got the choice. Does it matter? Lemurian Ruins? Lemurian Ruins, Rustaria, and the tuna sandwich stand. I'm gonna do the Lemurian Ruins. I stood in front of the Lemurian Ruins. The light inside of the attractions were off. Apparently, the inside was like a maze. I wonder if someone's hiding in the maze. Thought about going in, but inside was even darker than the room. If I did go in, coming back out would have been a royal pain. Getting out of there looked a lot more difficult than going in. I figured it was silly to take the risk and go look in there. I took a look around the perimeter and didn't see anyone. I strained to listen. I didn't hear anything. Whoa! Suddenly I heard music from within the attraction. I thought it might be the attraction's song. Mixed in with the music was the sound of someone running away. Stop right there, you! I ran to block the exit, moving in the direction where I thought the footsteps were heading. I knew it. Hey, how did you know it was me? It's the same trick you used to scare me with the dolphin carousel before, but I didn't fall for the same trick twice. Oh, that's right. I forgot I had already done that. You're not going to try and tackle me now, are you? I got you. You knew I was gonna do that too, huh? Dang. Haha. I can read you like a book! She was the kind of person that was mostly transparent once you knew what they were about. Alright, you got me. I give up. You held up her hands. I reckon she knew she couldn't squeeze by me. She'd given up on getting to the can. She walked behind me with her hands in the air. I found you. I stepped on the can. I thought I'd check on some other rooms. Let's go to the rest area. I visited the rest area. I soon noticed that there was someone there. I could hear the sound of someone walking through the water. As I got closer, the direction of the footsteps changed. It was someone short, moving slowly. It was a battle of patience. Splash, splash. The opponent's feet made a dash for the exit. I circled around to the side again and again to block off the person. The footsteps gradually moved away from the exit into a corner. I moved a little bit closer. I had a hunch whoever it was would make a break for it. And I moved ahead of them and prepared to trip them by catching their leg. Splash! I heard someone fell spectacularly. Hey, I don't know who you are, but are you alright? I thought I was near where the person had stumbled, but it was dark and I couldn't see much. I wonder if this might work. I took my PDA from my pocket and set the monitor backlight to maximum brightness, but it was weak and nothing compared to a flashlight. I thought it might be much brighter, but it was dim and didn't count for much. Oops! My hand slipped. My PDA looked like it was headed for the water. I snatched it right before it hit the water's surface. Huh? I glimpsed something reflected on the water's surface moving. The biggest fish I'd ever seen started sliding away into the water. Hey, if it isn't the kid! I scooped up a handful of seawater from around my feet and dumped it onto his head. Oh no! You found me! Splash! As soon as the kid stood up, he tried to get away. Ah! But he had a hood on, and that hood was filled with water. Splash! The weight of the hood dragged him backwards as he kicked his legs up in the air. He fell back into the water once again. What is this kid made out of? Like, hollow bones. Hey, this feels pretty good. The kid swam in a kind of breaststroke in the small pool of water 15 centimeters deep. I don't know how you can do that, but okay. Is the water cold? A bit. He glided along, enjoying himself. That was probably what people meant by taking to water like a fish. In the darkness, he swam to the other side of the room. Hey, just so you know, that exit is the long way around. Huh? You read my mind? The kid gave up and stood. I thought you wouldn't see me if I was in the water. He laughed as he said it. Keeping me on my toes. You're like a ninja or something. Okay. Ninja! I don't know what that is. The kid took some kind of ninja pose. He jumped into the water again and swam some more. I found the kid. I stepped on the can. And just like that, I rounded up everyone, stepped on the can, and ended the game. Only Tsugumi was left. What? I looked around outside in the room and was surprised. Tsugumi was sitting calmly in the chair, waiting. I found Tsugumi! Huh? Don't play dumb with me. I have no idea what you're talking about. I know better than that. You're playing dumb. I know it. Dumb? You're the one who kicked the can, right? Can? What are you talking about? Tsugumi stood up. I jumped. If Tsugumi kicked the can first, I thought I'd lose. Frantically, I ran to where the can was. I found Tsugumi! I stepped on the can. Huh? What's... Jeez. What are you doing, Takeshi? Whoa, what? My foot was searching for the can, but I only found space. The can is gone! I squinted, scouring the area around me. The can shined in the emergency lights dimly visible in the corner of the room. Hey, once you've been caught, it's against the rules to kick the can. I shouted that into the darkness, but everyone had already run away. There was nothing I could do. I was it again. I had to go search. The kid, you, Coco, Pee-Pee, Sora. I knew they couldn't have gone far, and I thought I'd find them quickly. Tsugumi stayed around in the conference room. It didn't look like she felt like going anywhere. Just to be safe, I got everyone and stepped on the can again. The next time, nobody kicked the can. Alright, it's 11:08 p.m. Alright, this time the kid is it. Alright, so, I count to 100, right? The kid took the can and sat in the chair with his face down. Alright, here I go. 1, 2, 3. We left the conference room running around the floor. Coco Pee Sora vanished down the corridor amidst the sound of splashing. You approached me. Coronari, what do you say we work together? Huh? Ganging up is against the rules. I think I'll pass. Don't be so stubborn. Why did you approach me? We just happened to be going in the same direction, that's all. I see. I wonder if here would be safe. The bathroom could be against the rules. It's not a good idea. Oh, and this way's a dead end, huh? Let's go back. I wonder if we still have time. I strained my ears to listen. 34, 35. I could faintly hear the kid counting. Seems like we still got some time. I think... let's see. I think it would have been more fun if we had made the emergency corridors part of the game. That would make searching a hassle. But there's only so few routes to the conference room, so it's kind of boring. Well, that's because you're running around so loudly that anyone can hear you coming from a kilometer away. Oh, thanks a lot. Hey, wait, be quiet. 51, 52. We can still hear counting. Let's find somewhere to hide. Yeah. We ended up in the Lemurian ruins. Wanna go in the ruins? The maze? Getting out will probably be a pain, but... Don't say that. You pushed me towards the entrance of the ruins. I peered into the attraction, but inside was dark, as if it had been painted pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. Oh, this might be too dark. The lights and emergency lights are both off. I strained and I looked into the darkness. It looked as if the darkness went on forever. Heading in there, this could be reckless, huh? Something moved in the darkness. A person appeared from the ruins. Oh! Were you in there, Tsugumi? Yes, I took a look around. It's completely dark. You'd best not go in. Completely dark, huh? Tsugumi left us. Looking tired, Tsugumi kicked the water under her feet lightly, and I heard the sound of something click in her hand. It was a sound I had heard before. Tsugumi, did you take the flashlight? It'd be impossible to walk inside without it. Hey! Coco came running and splashing up with Sora in tow.
So this is where everybody was.
Hey! It's Coco and Sora, welcome! But we're supposed to be hiding. Clumping up like this isn't too bright, isn't it?
Oh, you're right!
Won't he finish counting to 100 soon?
You're right.
And Tsugumi's playing too, right? I'm not playing. I just happen to be around here. Takeshi, stop talking about me that way. I hate being doubted. Alright. 87, 88... What are you all doing here? You planning a strategy? No, not exactly. Well, I guess we better scatter and hide. Yeah! No one's saying anything. Hey, what's the kid doing here? Huh? What are you talking about? Kid, you're... Did you forget that you're it? 98, 99... Hey, whose voice is that? The lights turned on. Who turned on the lights? I did. We were able to see the area around us. You, Sora, Coco, Tsugumi, the kid, and me. Everyone was accounted for. Everyone appears to be present. Sora extended her hand out into the air. The life readings of the complex do not appear to be abnormal. There is nothing moving around the conference room. They're all quiet. I don't get it. Who could have been counting? It wasn't you? No! I thought it sounded like you, so then who... I don't know. Kabing. Hey!
That was the sound of the can being kicked.
Who? Could it be a ghost? Ghost said it with a... sorry. Ghost. Sora said it with a straight face. If it is a ghost, I'd like to make its acquaintance. Splish splash. The sound of someone moving through the water reached from the outside of the room, and then the empty can came rolling to a stop in front of us. Clatter, 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 clatter. The sound of the shallow area with the hollow metallic sound. Woof!
Hey, Pee-Pee, where have you been?
Everyone's silent. Pee-Pee took the can in its mouth and ran in circles around us. And that was the end of Kick of the Can. In the end, it remained a mystery who was counting. And we passed the rest of the night uneventfully. It was a peaceful time. And I decided to go enjoy a satisfying rest. Dun dun dun! Who was counting? I don't know. It's scary. Alright, it's 5:49 a.m. Okay, I awoke from my slumber. A stale, cold feeling. I remember slouching in the chair and slipping forward on the table. Even then, the sleep that I'd gotten was far better than the day before. Hey, good morning.
Oh, good morning.
It appeared that you had gotten up just before me. What time is it?
It's almost 5:50 a.m., I think.
You sure are an early riser.
What are you talking about? You're just lazy.
Saying that, you let out a big yawn.
Then again, being all tense for so long just gets you tired. It's probably better to sleep when you can. Being in a situation like this, we really need to keep well rested. 'Cause when it comes down to it, if we can't think our way out of this situation, we're in trouble.
Hey, I said that yesterday.
Yeah, I suppose you did.
Dodging the subject, you laughed slightly.
Hey, since you're up, why don't you go wash your face?
Yeah, I might as well. Hey, you didn't write on my face again, did you? I instinctively rubbed my cheeks.
Don't worry, I didn't write anything.
I slowly stood and checked my surroundings. Coco had arranged some chairs to create a makeshift bed. She was sleeping on top of them. And at the base of her pillow was Pee-Pee's neck cocked to the side. It looked like he was sleeping too. I got up, squeezed by the sleeping Coco, and opened the door.
Hey!
Oh, good morning, kid.
Hey, don't look so depressed, Takeshi.
I'm still sleepy.
Well, a lot's happened in the last couple of days. Are you worn out?
I'm alright. I just need to freshen up. That's all. See ya. I headed to the nearest bathroom. The waters covering the floor seeped into my shoes. They'd only got finished drying. They got wet all over again. My socks got heavy and clung to my feet. My pace slowed. Ugh, what a freaking pain. Splash. Scooping up the water around my feet, I splashed that on my face. Whoa, that's cold. I was shivering, but at the same time, my whole body felt awake. So that's why people wash their faces in the morning. Let me take a sip. Okay. I went back to the conference room where the conversation quickly turned to what we're gonna eat. Tsugumi and Sora aren't here. You sure it's okay?
That's true, but they'll probably show up eventually.
Yeah, knowing those two, they're probably right. I decided to wake up Coco. Hey, get up. It's morning. I shook her shoulder gently.
Fine.
Rubbing her eyes, Coco got up slowly.
Oh, good morning.
Oh god, don't make me say it. Oni-chan! Huh? Oni-chan? Oh, I see. You have a brother, Coco? But I'm not your brother.
No, Oni-chan. We need to get ready or we'll be late for school.
Coco was still half in dreamland. Late for school? What are you talking about?
Well, that's just the setting it is.
Listen. Stop messing around. We're gonna go eat.
Okay, Take-pyeon.
Alright, 6:15 a.m. We all made our way back to the kiosk. Everyone okay with hot dogs? Hot dogs? They have hot dogs here? Well, I found a few in the back of the fridge. They must have been on the stealth menu. I was relegated to cook duty again. Hey, Kurinari, are they done yet? Why do I have to be so hungry? My stomach is gonna cave in. I'm going to become two-dimensional and float away on the wind. Would you shut up already? I was inside the kiosk that had been made to look like a submarine. Sausages were sizzling in a frying pan. They sold sub sandwiches here, so I guess the exterior of the place was a sorry play on that. Why am I thinking about stupid things like that? In a little while, the place started to smell great. I carefully placed a sausage in a toasted, lightly buttered hot dog bun. Alright, whoever wants to eat, get in line.
I'm first!
Oh, well, here you go.
Thank you!
Please help yourself to ketchup and mustard.
I'd like one too.
Hey, wait in line, the next person is me! That was probably the way things usually were at the shop. There still wasn't any schedule as to when we might get out of Blamu, but in the meantime we'd stopped thinking about the difficult and negative things.
I'm not sure why, but you look like you're having fun.
Who, me? You think so? Fun? I guess, maybe. I wiped the sweat that caused the heat of cooking from cooking off my face. Okay.
Yeah, you look like you might even be enjoying your life here.
I wonder how that'd feel. I guess it's kind of fun owning a stand like this. Owning a stand? The kid stifled a laugh.
Takeshi, you really do look like you work here.
Hot dogs! Get your hot dogs! They're on the house!
You don't think that maybe you could have sold hot dogs in a past life?
Ah, shucks, dear customer, you're just saying that. No, Coco, I don't think he was a hot dog man. I think he was... a sandwich man? Aw, come on, you. Ha 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 ha. I don't know what the joke is, but I guess we're just starving for jokes. Anyway, I suppose we were just happy to be eating hot food. We could worry about the details after our stomachs were full. In the meantime, we were enjoying eating that simple meal. Alright, 6:38 a.m. After spending some time laughing... Ah! The kid suddenly looked up at the ceiling. What's that? He blinked his eyes and focused on something on the ceiling, as if he had seen something. Hey, what's wrong? My curiosity piqued, I asked him. And following his gaze, I looked up at the ceiling, but I couldn't see anything out of the ordinary. I wonder... I don't know what it was, but I swear I saw something. Saw something? Like what? Well, I didn't really see it. I just have a bad feeling about the second floor somewhere. What the heck are you talking about? I think we should check that floor one more time. His eyes looked upwards again as he started mumbling incoherently, concerned. I shook his shoulder, and then he snapped out of it. Don't worry about it. If something's up, Sora would warn us about it, right? Yeah, you're right. But still. Looks like I'm not the only one who's tired. Then Tsugumi appeared out of nowhere. What just happened? Everyone was eating hot dogs. Hey, I've got one for you too. Tsugumi took it without saying anything. I could hear the sound of her taking the hot dog out of its wrapper, and I watched her motions carefully. I swallowed, watching her. Tsugumi placed the wrapper on the counter. Slowly, the ketchup in her right hand and mustard in her left, she squeezed the tubes. Their contents gushed out. Hey, Tsugumi! What? That hot dog was entirely covered in red and yellow. Eat that much mustard and it'll kill you. Really? Tsugumi bit into the hot dog. Hey, is it spicy? I bet it's spicy. No, not really. You're probably thinking to yourself, dang, I put way too much on, right? I don't really care. After that, she continued eating in silence, but I thought I'd seen a glimmer of her eyes starting to tear up. Hey, don't strain yourself! I'm not. I'm finished. Oh. Alright, now I got the option. Where'd you go this morning? Or do you want another one? Okay, hold on a sec. Let's see if she wants another hot dog. Hey, do you want another one? I can make you one. No thanks. You always just wolf down your food, and I don't know, but there isn't much satisfaction in cooking for you. Besides, with all that ketchup and mustard on, you probably can't even taste it. It doesn't matter how it tastes. Of course it matters! I'm doing my best to show you how real cooking tastes. Just you wait, I'll cook you up a meal that'll wake up your taste buds. I've had enough to eat, okay? I'm full. Well, if you say so. Boom! Suddenly, a low metallic sound reverberated throughout the complex. It was a dull, muffled sound. What was that? This whole place just shook a little. Oh, that was Tsugumi. Sorry. Tsugumi's eyes darted around as if searching for something. Moments later, the kid and Coco, who had both been resting in another room, appeared. Hey, kid, what was that? I don't know. Hey, this doesn't have anything to do with that bad feeling you had earlier, does it? The kid shook his head. I don't know. Maybe we should ask Sora. Did you call for me? And from out of nowhere, Sora appeared in midair and floated down in front of us.
Oh, hi, Sora-san!
Hey, Sora, where were you? I'm terribly sorry. I overslept. How does that work? Excuse me? I overslept? Okay. Sora looked embarrassed. Okay. Overslept, but you're... Nah, we'll save that for later. Hey, did something just happen? There was an awful noise just now. One of the shafts that supports this floor has started to warp. I didn't see any signs of it yesterday. Oh, sorry. I didn't see any signs of it yesterday. Well, yes, it wasn't in my calculations. It appeared that the ocean currents may have caused it. How dangerous are we talking here? Well, it should be within a margin of error, but... No, wait a second. There is an anomaly in one of the pressure-regulating pipes in Zweiderstock's warehouse. What are pressure-regulating pipes? These pipelines are responsible for adjusting the pressure inside the multi-layered bulkheads compromising Lemu. If any of them should rupture or for whatever reason, I am incapable of repairing them. The anomaly is only slight, so you shouldn't have to hurry, but I think it is best if someone goes to check on it. Would you please go for me? Sure, leave it to me. I volunteered right away. I'll go too. Unexpectedly, Tsugumi also agreed to go. Tsugumi, you sure? Well, if we're going to fix something, we'll need tools, right? I know my way around a workshop. Alright, let's go.
I'll help too!
Woof! Okay, you can come too, Coco. Hey, does anyone know where you went? I looked around but didn't see you anywhere. She went to the control room when things were shaking earlier. We must have just missed each other. I'll go and tell her what we're going to do up above. Alright, kid, I'll leave it to you. Keep an eye on things in the control room, will you? Just make sure that we don't miss anything. If something comes up, I'll use Lemme to contact you. Alright, see you later. Bounding across the water surface, the kids shot down the corridor. Alright, it's 6:57 a.m. We climbed the emergency stairs quickly. We were told that if it wasn't urgent, but we still couldn't afford to be careless. Tsugumi quietly shouldered the heavy toolbox, climbing higher and higher. Coco and Pee-Pee followed right behind. By the way, Sora, I asked Sora, who was gliding alongside me, something that had been on my mind. Yes, Kurenari-san, what is it? You mentioned you overslept earlier? Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Oh, she's blushing. Sora's face went into a deep shade of red. Actually, there's some routine maintenance on one of the servers where my data is stored. It's initiated automatically this morning. It appears that it took some time for the return processing. I was a little too optimistic on the preliminary check. I'm terribly sorry. So that's what it was. Hahaha. I laughed for some reason. What did I say? Did I say something amusing? Sora was confused. No, I just thought it was funny that even you could oversleep, Sora. That's funny. Well, how should I put it? It's cute. Yeah. Sleeping in is cute? That does not compute. Sora's eyes went around. Her eyes are like rolling in the back of her skull. Maybe it was because that particular use of the word wasn't in her database. I've caused you all such trouble. Hey, nobody's angry. Don't let it bother you. Everyone knows that you're working hard. Ah, yes, thank you. Although Sora looked somewhat puzzled, her cheeks seemed to glow with joy, and for some reason I found that amusing too.
Really? Is it cute?
I thought it was a charmingly innocent reaction. I suppose it's the kind of thing you'd call cute. We finally arrived at Zweiderstock. Looking around the floor, everything seemed normal, but we could hear a hissing sound coming from somewhere. We walked towards the sound. Yesterday, everything was fine here. Why do you think something all of a sudden would go wrong?
Well, everything doesn't always go according to plan.
Thank you, AI.
Is it because everyone was bouncing around so much?
Coco said that casually. Huh?
You guys were making such a fuss. It probably threw Lemu off its axis.
Why does this kid know? Okay, I don't think so. Maybe it is. Tsugumi laughed softly. But if we make some repairs, everything should be fine.
Yeah, I guess so, right, Tsugumi?
Yeah, don't worry about it, Coco.
Phew, I'm relieved. Woohoo, alright. Woof woof.
Okay, we're going to Lager. We sit in front of the room where the hissing sound was coming from. So, it's coming from inside the warehouse.
I will run a scan to determine the situation inside.
After that, Sora disappeared. The steam in the room isn't going to explode if we open the door, right? After I asked that, Tsugumi eyed the door uncertainly. It's probably fine. How would you know? Do you? I'm just saying what you want to hear. Sora appeared in front of the door.
I have finished the diagnostic. Atmospheric pressure is normal. No traces of toxic gas detected. However, the pressure and humidity in the room are rising in slight increments. An area of the pipe has ruptured and there is a slight water leak. The water is about 10 centimeters at its deepest point.
That's hardly anything at all.
No, I suppose not.
Okay. Let's go in. If we fix it, then there won't be a problem, right?
Yes, please hurry.
I opened the door. I looked around the wall that was making the hissing noise. The faint crack in the pressure-regulating pipe and the water was dancing out of it in a fine mist. If that's all there was, it didn't seem like it had anything to worry about. It seemed like we'd be able to fix it in no time. Tsugumi opened the toolbox and started spreading a few tools out in front of her. What should I do? The pipe is bent a little. I'm going to clamp a metal sleeve on it. Would you support the pipe for me? Roger that!
What should I do?
On the other side of this, there should be a valve attached to the pipe. You see it? I want you to loosen that a bit.
Okay, gotcha!
And we started working in unison. We opened and closed a number of valves connected to the repaired pipes and welded shut the cracks. You seem really used to all this. What do you mean? Welding. Where did you learn that? You want to know?
Well, it's just that...
You know, asking meaningless questions is a bad habit of yours. And after that, I didn't feel like I could ask anything else. Sora watched us for a while from the side. After a while, the intercom in the corner of the room sounded. Hey, did someone call?
Excuse me, everyone, but Tanaka-san is calling me. I must be going.
Okay, go for it. We should be able to handle the rest ourselves.
Okay, I'll leave the rest to you.
Sora had approached the intercom and disappeared as if it had sucked her in. I knew she could travel instantly, but it was still an odd sight. Takeshi, don't stand there. Onto the next pipe. Oh, okay. First, take that blue valve, and the water underfoot hadn't gone down at all. Although the drain pump was moving, the drainage pipe was broken. Now twist the red valve. We'd fixed a number of pipes, and the sound of escaping steam still hadn't stopped. Alright, Coco, just wait a bit.
Okay, I'm ready.
Takeshi, turn the valves in the order that I told you. Hey, Takeshi, are you listening? Huh? Yeah, okay, alright. I'm sorry. Blue, then red, right? Yeah, loosen them and then shut them again. I set to work on the blue valve in front of me. I was supposed to loosen it. Which way am I supposed to turn it again? Alright, so choices are counterclockwise or clockwise. I'm going to do counterclockwise. That one went counterclockwise, right? I turned the blue valve with all of my strength. The sound of rushing steam grew softer. Next, closed the red valve. The next valve was nearby. Alright, and then this one I'm gonna do clockwise. That one went clockwise, right? I turned the red valve. The strength of the steam blowing from the pipe weakened. Alright, that does it. Okay! Coco, just hold on just a little longer.
Okay!
Holding up her left hand to shield her face, Tsugumi operated the welding torch with her right hand. The crack in the pipe closed visibly. Takeshi, after I finish attaching this, return the valve to its original position right away. Okay, gotcha. Tsugumi finished welding. The valve, hurry! Alright, jeez! I turned the valve back in the other direction. I could feel the steam flowing through the valve. Coco, this pipe's done. Go on to the next one.
Okay, where is it?
Hold on a second. The water underfoot still hadn't gone down. All there was a swirling, and it was swirling around like a whirlpool. The air conditioner on the wall was sucking in the water and gurgling it out. It appeared to have shorted out. I could see the blue-white sparks jumping around inside. I hope it doesn't shock me. I was starting to get a little scared. Crack! Huh! The air conditioner made an awful sound. All of a sudden, the muddy water started overflowing from the exhaust vent. The area around my legs was starting to get grimy. The drainage is starting to backflow, so be careful. My leg got caught up in the jet of muddy water and I lost my balance. I reached out to grab something. I caught onto a stack of crates and old containers lying nearby. Crash! Although the crates caught my weight, they shifted and began spilling over. Countless of containers, rusty pipes started raining down. They passed on to me, headed direct course to hit the wall. And in their path was... Coco, watch out! What? Get back! Metal was raining down. The old pipe broke apart into 1,000 pieces. Containers were splintering, and they all struck the surface of the shallow water violently. The sound of hard, heavy objects falling echoed in the room, and the whole room quivered. A few pipes along the walls had ruptured and were spewing out water, and where Coco had been sitting only a moment earlier. Uh-oh! Special image, Tsugumi stabbed with a pipe. Tsugumi lay, fallen over. Ah! Coco looked around at the spectacle and hugged Pee-Pee to herself tightly, her hands trembling. Just before the metallic objects had crashed down on Coco's back, Tsugumi had thrust her out of the way. She protected her while risking her own life. Tsugumi! Ah! A metal shard dug deep into Tsugumi's right thigh, and it didn't look like she could move. Steam was pouring out of the burst pipe surrounding us. And the drainage pump, not doing its job, continued belching out muddy water in a large quantity. I guess I messed up. Tsugumi grimaced and clasped her thigh tightly. She was losing a lot of blood. The murky water was getting redder by the moment. Hey, are you okay? Does this look okay to you? Always asking stupid questions. Stop laughing! I'm going to get that stuff off of you. You just wait. I hurried through the water to Tsugumi and tried to lift the metal off of her. But no matter how hard I tried, the heavy chunk wouldn't budge. Damn it! It looks like it's no use. In the meantime, the water level had risen to my ankle and knee, from ankle to knee height. Tsugumi! Coco crawled over to get a closer look at Tsugumi. Get away from me! Stung by Tsugumi's cold words, Coco stiffened and stopped. Get out of here, Coco! You too, Takeshi, get out while you still can! At this rate, this room's partitions won't last. You'll both die if you stay, so hurry! Get out of here! Stupid idiot! What? You think I could just leave you? There's nothing you can do, right? I'm stuck here. And with this injury, you can't help me anyway. Shut up! I roared out. I won't let you give up on me now, damn it! Hey, Coco! What are you standing there for? Ah, yes? My Google just popped open. Get on the intercom and contact the others! With all of her might, Coco moved her trembling legs to get closer to the intercom. It's no use! It's broken! I pushed the button! Nothing's happening! So run up and tell the others to get over here!
Oh, okay, I'm going!
Although she looked flustered, Coco nodded and ran off. The door to the warehouse closed. Soon water came up to the bottom of the door. Uh-oh, the image is getting more water, and she looks worried now. Uh-oh. The water continued to rise. From her waist down, Tsugumi was almost completely underwater. The water level was almost above my knees. What are you trying to prove? It doesn't mean anything. Just leave. I don't want you here. I wouldn't be here if there wasn't a reason. I just can't leave you here. Why not? I've taken nothing but abuse from you, and you still haven't thanked me properly yet. Oh, really? Well, that's reason enough, I suppose. Tsugumi laughed weakly. Her lips were trembling. The murky water was spreading. It's gotten cold in here. Alright, Tsugumi, I need you to stay with me now. I chose my words carefully as possible. I'm perfectly sane. You'll be okay. The wound isn't that deep, so don't worry. You'll be okay. What makes you think that? You're the one who's crazy. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I wasn't paying attention and you got hurt. The water level was rising up to Tsugumi's head. A section of the partitioning had broken and seawater was rushing in. The water was ice cold and seemed like it would freeze us. The water volume increased mercilessly. Her face contorted with pain. In agony, she labored for breath. There wasn't any time. Making up my mind, I dove into the water. I couldn't open my eyes. All I could do was search the bottom using my intuition. Ugh! Damn it! Using all of my strength, I heaved up the large mass of metal sticking into Tsugumi's leg. Aided slightly by the buoyancy of water, the metal hunk moved slightly. Tsugumi pulled her leg out at once. A special image! It's a wet Tsugumi. I lifted my face out of the water, gulping greedily for air. The flooding wouldn't stop. The water level was already above my shoulders. You are such a stubborn idiot. Shut up, just keep quiet. With her leg injured, there was no way Tsugumi could swim. Holding on to her, I headed for the exit, but the door was already underwater. Look, there's no way you can save me. I told you to keep quiet! There's gotta be another exit. I'll look for it. It's okay. We gotta find a way out of this. There you go again, saying it'll be okay. You're so irresponsible. Would you keep quiet? Probably could have forced open the door if I had tried, but it would have put the second floor in danger of flooding. I searched desperately for an emergency exit. My legs couldn't touch the floor. I could hardly breathe. I was at my limit. There's a ladder! In the corner of the room! There's a ladder! We can use it to get to the emergency passage! I'm going to make it, Tsugumi. I swam with all my might to get to that ladder. With Tsugumi draped over my back, I climbed up the ladder, and I opened the flood hatch, and at the end of the ladder, I pushed Tsugumi through. Going up immediately behind her, I quickly shut the hatch. The sound of the flood had faded away, but there wasn't any time to rest. Tsugumi was still losing blood. I took her up on my back and began to run. Damn, which way should I go? And the dead end of the passage had me totally lost. Kunari-san! Kurinari-san, that's his name. Sora appeared suddenly in front of me. Sora, Tsugumi is... I know, I heard everything from Coco-chan. Bring her to the infirmary immediately. Tanaka-san is currently preparing to treat her. Alright, I'm on my way now. Which way do I go? Return back along this passage and go down the stairs on the right. And take the standard passage to... Okay! Tsugumi! Tsugumi! It's okay. It's going to be okay. Tsugumi's not saying anything. She groaned painfully from the place on my back. Even if she thought it was irresponsible of me, I couldn't bring myself to tell her it's no use, it's too late. As long as I had even a little hope, I didn't want to throw it away. I burst into the infirmary. I set down Tsugumi down on the bed. She had lost so much blood. We had to take emergency measures immediately. Hey, what are we gonna do? Get out of the way! You who had been waiting in the room pushed me aside. The tourniquet was taken out from a rack of medical instruments was fastened around Tsugumi's thigh. This is bad. What's the status? How bad is it? We can't use that scanner to check it out? I pointed to the LMRI. It seems to be broken.
So, I'll have a look.
Sora put her hand on Tsugumi. A holographic window appeared in the air. A small sensor or camera started moving in the ceiling.
Well, this is just a bioscan, so I can't tell for certain, but her femur is fractured, and it looks like it might be a complex fracture. So, and that the artery is severed, she'll need sutures.
I've stitched up a finger before, but it was with a survival kit. But,
Well, Tanaka-san, do you think you can assist me?
I'll do my best. Do we have any anesthetic?
Sure, I'll get it ready. The laser scalpel, forceps, and sutures. Everything we need is already in the room.
Sora moved to the electric wagon and used its robotic arm to gather the necessary surgical tools. You flipped up Tsugumi's skirt and started wiping off the wound. Kurenari! Don't stand there! You're in the way! You pointed angrily at the exit. Oh, yeah, sorry. Take care of her, okay? Leave it to me. You looked determined to show us all what she was capable of. And as soon as I left the tense atmosphere of the emergency, my fatigue hit me. I set myself down on a nearby chair.
Oh, Take-pyeon, is Tsugumi gonna be okay?
Coco was gripping Pee-Pee, but looked as if she was having a hard time relaxing. You let them know right away, so she could be fine.
Really?
Coco's eyes were moist. It was hard to tell, but she had probably been crying moments earlier. Even still, she tried to smile.
Hey, you think Tsugumi's gonna be okay, right?
Still looking worried, she tilted her head and as she asked me, Yeah, she'll be fine. Absolutely fine. I closed my hand into a fist and I told myself she's going to be okay. Alright, it is, I guess, noon 23 p.m. After what seemed like an eternity, you appeared in front of the infirmary with Sora. The surgery was over. Tsugumi was going to live.
It required a total of 40 stitches and will take 2 months to heal completely, and it will take her a few more months to be able to walk normally. Until a rescue team arrives at Lemu, we can get her out of here. She's going to have to rest.
Alright. Thanks, Sora. And good job, you. You, what's wrong?
What?
Oh, nothing. I'm just really tired, you know? I've never done an operation like that before. After that, you looked down and didn't say much.
By the way, it looks like the flooding stopped in the Zweiderstock's warehouse. All pipelines connecting to the warehouse have been closed in an emergency measure, and the whole area has been sealed up from Zweider. So we don't have to worry about the flood damage expanding. That's it then.
Alright. Cool. It's gone now. We were just killing time. We couldn't think of any way to escape. Still, we didn't want to feel like we were completely wasting our time, so we decided to wander around Lemu one more time. As we made the rounds, I said things like, let's find something decent to eat. No more of those tuna sandwiches from the kiosk. And how many... Excuse me. Let me take a sip. And how many people can really ride on an A that doesn't have enough buoyancy? I also made other ridiculous propositions. Everyone's still getting a little sick of me, but they still laughed along. We all knew, as long as we were doing something, it kept our minds off things that we couldn't change. Like, how there was no way out, or remembering where we were. Alright, it's 6:51 p.m. We decided to meet at 8 p.m. for dinner. Everyone left to wander around freely until then. Still an hour to go. As I walked around to the second floor, still thinking about what to do, I found myself in front of the infirmary. I thought Tsugumi would still be sleeping in bed. Maybe I should check on her? As I stood in front of the sliding door, it opened. I could smell the faint but harsh odor of disinfectant. Kurenari, what are you doing here? You greeted me with slight surprise as I entered the room. Oh, nothing really. I just thought I'd get some coffee to wake up or something. What about you two? What are you and the kid up to? It looked like she was in the middle of spreading out other tools and parts next to the LMRI scanner. The kid was crouched down by the scanner as well, looking at what appeared to be pages of data. Well, you know, I thought I'd try fixing this machine after all. Oh, wow, and the kid's helping? You got it. He's much more helpful than he looks. He's really quick at reading blueprints. Sometimes that happens where the kid, I hate that they call him the kid, where the kid will be strangely good at something. I wonder why that is. That's what I'd like to know. You have no idea? Nope, not a clue. There might be some reason, but the kid hung his head thinking. Hey, don't worry about it. No use wondering about it now. It'll make sense anyway when your memory comes back. Hey kid, can you hand me that other wrench? This one? Yeah, thanks. Here we go. You sat cross-legged over on the floor and began to unscrew the cover of the scanner. Hey, I can see up your skirt when you sit like that. Cut it out! Quit looking! This isn't a peep show! Alright, I was just joking. I raised both hands and backed away. But you know, while the kid's head is clear, maybe we should tackle some of the other trickier problems. Huh? Why? Because if he hit his head or something, he's only going to be good at this stuff for a little bit. Maybe it jostled some brain cells into action that actually don't get used. Oh please, this isn't like a manga, right kid? Listen, don't ask me. Oh yeah, that's right. So what's a manga? What? You've even forgotten manga? Well, I had this vague sense that I've heard the word before. Wow, to forget manga. You know, you're missing out on about 20% of life right there. The kid and you continued their strange conversation. I started to feel like there was no real reason for me to be there at all. Well, hang in there. Turned my back to leave. Hey, Kurinari. You stood up abruptly and came to stand in front of me. You came to check on Tsugumi, right? She's sleeping in that bed over there. She isn't conscious yet, and of course she just can't move her body. She just really needs to rest. Yu was speaking slowly, her eyes downcast, but for some reason her expression hardened. And it's not that I'm so sure of myself, but still, I've done my very best for her. I can't guarantee that she will, but I want her to get better. So we'll just... You know, Yu, I'm really grateful for what you've done. I looked her straight in the eyes. If you hadn't done the surgery, Tsugumi wouldn't have made it. But we still don't know if she really will recover. You worry too much. What, you don't trust yourself? No. I'm not a trained doctor or anything. I don't think that Tsugumi will give up so easily. She'll pull through. I know it. She'll just be like how she was before in no time, giving us a hard time as usual for sure. I guess so. Actually, I'm starting to feel the same way. She gave me a small smile. Well then, I guess I'm off to see that mean-spirited girl's face. So fix that scanner, okay? Just leave it to me. You plopped down and she and the kid began grappling with the coverless scanner. I went towards the bed in the back. There she is. Gloomy Tsugumi. Looking pretty dead. Let me take a sip. Tsugumi was stretched out peacefully. It was probably due to the serious nature of the operation, but she was getting an IV. At least she wasn't hooked up to a respirator. Then again, she probably could have been because the infirmary didn't even have a respirator. Thankfully, she didn't look like she was in pain. She was sleeping so serenely. I could almost believe that she would recover quickly. I remember how she dragged me behind her as she ran through the aquarium, how tough she was, so much stamina. She laid under a white blanket. Her right foot was completely covered with a brace and bandages. I couldn't tell what kind of condition it was in. I realized something as I neared the bed. That smell of antiseptic that I had first recognized when I came into the room. It was still strong and harsh around the bed. I looked out at the floor, and it was as if the tiles were blurring, changing color. It's the color of her blood. It was the raw, brutal traces of the surgery. I gently squeezed Tsugumi's hand, which was peeking out from under the blanket. I'm sorry. It was my fault that this happened to her. If she didn't make it, it wasn't the kind of thing that was made better by an apology. And if she did recover, what would I say to her face? It would only be natural for her to hit me or yell at me. I'm so sorry. All I could do was repeat it over and over to Tsugumi, who couldn't even answer. Kuranari-san! There was a voice behind me. Letting go of Tsugumi's hand, I quickly whirled around. Hey, Sora! Sora had suddenly appeared behind me. It is unlikely that Komachi-san will wake up for a while. The anesthetic is still in effect. It is probably best to leave her alone right now. Yeah, I suppose you're right. So, Kuranari-san, are you free right now? Who, me? Yes, if it's alright, I would like to talk to you. Talk about what? Well, you see, it's a secret. She laughed a little. Sora wants to keep something secret? I was a little shocked. This room is... well, why don't we go outside? Alright, do I go or don't go? Let's see. I'm gonna not go. Don't go! I don't want to hear robot secrets! Actually, I want to stay here a bit longer if you don't mind. It isn't often that you get to see Tsugumis being so still and docile. Really? Wow, the AI is offended. Okay. Yeah, can't you talk to me here, now that you've got me wondering what the big secret is? Kuranari-san, I can't talk to you here because it's confidential. Oh, right, that makes sense. Let's see. Never mind, it's not a big deal. We can discuss it later. Ah, if you'll excuse me then. Sora left smiling. Okay, great. Wonder what that was about. I guess we'll find out in another play. Alright. I turned my attention again to Tsugumi's sleeping face. She didn't say anything. Of course it was normal for Tsugumi not to talk about herself, but instead, she wasn't saying anything at all. I wanted to hear something. As soon as possible. Anything. I didn't care. I just wanted to hear Tsugumi's voice again. I began to believe that I could bear even her harshest, most cutting words. What? I turned my head to make sure I'd been mistaken. The lift down to the decompression chamber was moving on its own. Sure enough, it was moving. I ran over and peered to the square hole where the lift was. The lift had gone down, then stopped. That's strange. I pushed the calling button to the lift and hopped in. I would go down to the decompression chamber. But no one was in the room. Was the lift malfunctioning? I reached out my hand to push the button to take me back up. In that second, something crossed my line of vision. It was the sound of tiny footsteps growing fainter. Very tiny. I could tell that they were running through the emergency corridor. I turned into the corridor and followed the sound. I didn't think they were human footsteps. Maybe it's Pee-Pee? But if Pee-Pee had been separated from Coco, he surely wouldn't be in a place like that. I sensed that the owner of the footsteps was something smaller. Something that seemed to be running with quite some momentum. Something even crashing into walls? It was in a desperate hurry. In any case, it's an animal of some kind, but what is it? It bothered me that it had run out of the infirmary. The footsteps turned down the corridor and straight into a dead end. I had followed it right up until that point, but somehow I had lost it. Maybe it fell down the stairs along the corridor or climbed into a duct and jumped down onto the floor? That clever little... Maybe it was a rat. Could it be? It wouldn't be so strange for Lima to have rats. In which case, this is stupid. What the hell am I doing chasing after a rat? Scratching my head, I retraced my steps. Before I got back into the lift, I glanced down back into the decompression chamber and noticed for the first time that the bed was looking a little dirty. Hey, who ate their dinner here? There were small breadcrumbs on the bed. Hey, you! Yeah? I got out of the lift and stomped over to where you and the kid were still in the middle of their effort repairs. Who was eating bread in the decompression chamber? Huh? What are you talking about? I frowned and turned my hand holding the screwdriver towards me. Oh, she's pointing it at me, I'm sorry. How would I know? I don't know either. The kid had insulation tape wrapped around his fingers. Kuronari-san, are you sure it wasn't you? Why would it be me if I'm the one asking about it? I mean, it doesn't really matter who it was, but don't you think we should be a little bit more careful? Careful of what? I think there was a rat in here just now. If we leave food laying around, it might get eaten. Oh, in that case, I guess we should be more careful. We've got plenty of food in the kiosk for now, but it would be awful if it was broken into. Don't you think we should try to catch it? I don't think we need to go in that far. Hey kid, you wouldn't happen to know how to make a rat trap, do you? Who knows? I don't really know if I do or not. The kid laughed and shrugged his shoulders exaggeratedly. Alright, it's 8:37 p.m. We met at the tuna sandwich stand and ate as scheduled. God, I want another fish fillet from McDonald's. In the end, I didn't fix anything for dinner. Hey, Takeshi. What? Can't you make anything else besides tuna sandwiches? Well, there's not much I can do about that. There isn't much in the kiosk except tuna sandwiches to start with. They're all cooked. I cooked all the hot dogs this morning, so they're probably finished. The owner probably just kept them for a little variation. Oh, really? The kid held up the sandwich, wrapping in his right hand and twisted it around with his fingertip. The half-eaten sandwich remained in his left hand, not getting any smaller. It seemed like he couldn't finish it. Hey, what's the deal? Eat up before it gets cold. Yu was done eating. She peered at the kid's face. Yeah, you must have walked all over for something else to eat, but there's no use after all, huh? The food that washed up in the corridors during the flooding almost all spoiled anyway. But that's okay, because we've got more stuff to make tuna sandwiches than you can imagine. Yeah, I guess that's true. Oops. Sorry, my phone was doing something. The kid tore a piece of the sandwich and shoved it in his mouth. Excuse me. 1 second. To survive, it's crucial that you have something you can eat. Hey, it looks like you got the picture. Well, yeah, it looks like we've got a real survivor on our hands. That's right, you answered shortly. Huh? Yeah, just a little hobby of mine. Sometimes I go into the mountains alone. I carve my own path. Sometimes I even get a little bit lost. Into the mountains alone? What are you, training in some ancient fighting art on the sly? Jeez, Kuronari, why do you have to be like that? Yeah, fighting the black bears under the winter moon. No, I just hunt out hot springs that nobody knows about. Deep into the mountains, someplace no one else has ever been. Oh, now that is a girl's idea of romantic. You wriggled as if intoxicated by this image. Oh, now I get it. You were soaking in the hot springs with a bear. Oh, that's a great image. I hope you guys all take a look at Yu's special punching image, which has a great fist. Great fist. Great fist. No. Would you shut up about bears already? Haha. So despite appearances, you're really wild at heart. Oh, what might you be suggesting? Oh, Yu drew herself up in an exaggerated fashion. Oh yeah, you talked about stitching up your own finger. I suppose that was while you were out searching for hot springs? Oh, yeah, I suppose. It was just a surface scratch, and I only needed a few stitches. Just like I thought. Bear wrestling. Just give it up! You turned red-faced as she exploded. I can't take this anymore! You let out a sigh and turned away from me. I suppose she was fed up. Maybe I got a little carried away, but Yu's face clouded over a bit. Teasing her could have gotten her that down? Just as I was thinking that, Yu avoided my eyes and muttered, Hey, Kuronari? About Tsugumi. It seemed like she wanted to say something, but didn't know what to say. What's up? What is it? What I mean is, Just then, we heard the sound of people running through the water towards us. Splash, 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 splash.
Hey, what's up?
Woof, woof! Hey Coco, you about ready to eat?
Yeah, all that running around's made me starved.
Woof! That's right. I remember she was the only one who hadn't eaten yet. I handed Coco the last tuna sandwich and I kept the food warm that I had kept in the food warmer.
Alright, time to eat. Yay, chow time! Ooh, this is yummy! This blend of soy sauce, mayonnaise, and fried tuna is perfect. Yum! Supreme! Yeah, kiddo, this is divine, isn't it?
Coco shot the question to the kid who was standing right in front of the store. Yeah, sure. But I'm getting a little tired of it. The last bit of unfinished sandwich remained in his left hand.
Really? Put some of this on it, it'll be even better.
Huh? What is that?
Here it comes, ooey gooey.
Coco pulled out a tube that she had hidden behind her back and squeezed it all over the kid's sandwich and... what the heck is that?
Sour cream! It's supposed to be for the salads. It was the last one that I found at the gift shop.
A tube that said, add some spice to your life, and crab-flavored sour cream, mild. That could really broaden your culinary horizons. Yep, nom nom nom. She doused the sandwich with the sour cream and opened her mouth wide, shoved it in.
Delicious! Doesn't get any better than this.
Kid looked at her doubtfully as she was taking a bite. Not bad. This might be what it needed.
I told you, yummy yummy.
Woof! With that, both Coco and the kid covered their sandwiches with cream before polishing them off.
Hey, Taki-pyeon!
Coco called out while crumpling up her sandwich wrapper. Huh?
What are you gonna do with Tsugumi's sandwich? How's about I hold on to it for her?
You gonna eat it? Well, I had made it for her and stuck it in the warmer to keep for her. But then again... Sorry, Coco. Tsugumi's still asleep. She won't wake up for a while, so... You gave Coco a pat on the head.
Is that right?
Excuse me. Yep, I bet she's pretty tired. Let's let her sleep for a bit longer.
Okay, then she can eat it later after she wakes up.
Huh?
Let's save it for her! No snacking on it either!
Coco pointed to the sandwich nestled deep in the food warmer, so she'd noticed it. Alright, roger that.
Great! Okay, time for some after-meal exercise! Woof woof!
Hey, hold on! I want to go too! Splish, 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 splish. Oops, and they ran off. You and I watched them from behind. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, by the way, you. Is Tsugumi resting up? Yeah, actually I stopped by the infirmary to check on her. How was she? I'm not a medical expert or anything, so I can't say anything specific, but she seems to be recuperating. Satisfactory progress, I think. Maybe too satisfactory. What do you mean by too satisfactory? Well, I don't really know how to put it. You suddenly stopped talking and let her head fall forward. Well, if her condition is stable, that's good, isn't it? The operation went well, right? Yeah. What's up with you? Lose your confidence somewhere or something? No, it's not that. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. You lifted her head as if she had just realized something. Perhaps I've lost some of my confidence, but I know Tsugumi is recovering. Life force is an amazing thing, right? You know, humans don't die so easily. You smiled when she said that. What kind of experience do you have? Okay. Alright, it's 9:13 p.m. After dinner, when we had finished cleaning up, we made our way to the rest area. 4 stone statues were lined up in one corner of the area. Oh, the new angle of the background, I guess. One of them extended a hand pointing towards the south. Another one. Another one reached towards the east. Another one looked up to the heavens while reaching up a hand upward. And the remaining figure had both hands pressed to its chest and eyes closed. I wondered if there was some kind of meaning to it all. I asked you, but she shook her head unknowingly. It looked like Coco, the kid, and Pee-Pee were running amongst the figures as they played. By the way, I wonder where Sora went. Hey, yeah, you're right. Now that you mention it, Sora was here just before we ate. Maybe she's still in the control room? It only happens once in a while, but sometimes she'll dive into Lemmy's main console and not come out for quite a while. Really? It seems like she can get pretty caught up in her own work. I wondered if that's all it really was. Well, I'll go check it out. Alright, you do that. With that, she ran to the nearby exit and down the corridor. After having a good stretch, I watched Coco and the others play. The three of them, 2 kids and an animal, circled the stone statue. They were playing a game of chase, not really caring who it was. Without seeming to get bored, they kept running around and around. On the other hand, I got restless watching them. Ugh, what a sight. It looked like a lot of fun, but it didn't quite feel like I wanted to ask to join in. I let my eyes roam around. Oh? So that's where you were, Sora. After her unexplained disappearance, Sora had appeared next to a nearby flower bed. Yes, I have been here for a little while. I've been looking at the flowers. I observed the flowers. In the flower bed, short roses, marigolds, and marguerites were all planted together. Yeah, but they sure don't seem to be doing very well. Oh. Sorry. I see what you mean. Nobody had watered them for the past several days. The soil was dry, the surface was cracked, the flowers had wilted, the plants were beginning to dry up. Sure doesn't look like that. I'm pretty sure that those are just roses in this special image that we have of Sora. Those are not any of the plants that they described. Okay, it's fine. Anyway. Life sure is a strange phenomenon, Sora muttered to herself as she gazed at the flowers. A bud sprouts from a seed, a flower blossoms, reproduces, and then the seed matures and returns to the earth. From that seed comes another bud, another flower, which blossoms and reproduces, and a new seed, which in turn returns to the earth. And so on, and just like that. What is the purpose of life? Why do flowers bloom? Oh no. Getting to AI existentialism. Great. I was unable to reply at once. Why indeed did flowers bloom? Whatever the reason or purpose, I think life is a wonderful thing. Oh, she says that. When I see a flower struggling to exist growing from a crack in the concrete, I have a strange and wonderful feeling. Flowers are always striving desperately to live. Even in an environment such as this, in the depths of the ocean, without enough light or carbon dioxide. Even in such a parched, cracked soil. They never even think about giving up, but just struggle courageously to live. Doesn't it inspire you? Maybe not. Maybe it's no use contemplating the meaning of or purpose of flowers. Sora glanced up at the ceiling. I followed suit, also looking up. Huh? A shrill sound of a siren ran loudly. Tiny sensors hidden in the openings of the ceiling panels were moving wildly. Once again, I heard the sound of flowing water coming from somewhere. No way! It can't be another flood! Our special image has changed to sprinkler mode. Massive amounts of water rained down from the ceiling. The drops poured down on us mercilessly. Soon after, we were suffused in a heavy mist. Sora's appearance changed to that of a rainbow. What in the world? Hey Sora, what's going on? I tried to steady myself while asking. However, it seemed that a smile hovered about Sora's mouth. Sora? I looked up again, checking the ceiling. The drops of water were everywhere. I couldn't see much due to the fine mist, but... Oh, it's just sprinklers, huh? Wow, he was dumb as a bag of bricks. Anyway. Sora nodded without speaking. Water. I sipped the water from my cupped hands, both tasting and testing it in my mouth. The water from the sprinklers was neither liquid to extinguish fires nor seawater. Ah, this is filtered water. Yes, this complex uses purest possible water. That means Perhaps it's meant for watering these flowers? Oh my god, why are you so dumb? Haha. She laughed but didn't answer. The ceiling was designed so that the water sprayed down perfectly on the roses and other flowers below. But not long after that... Hey, what's going on over here?
Sora-san, there's an alarm! An alarm!
Sora, Takeshi, are you guys okay? Everyone came running over here in a frenzy, splashing water with every step. Don't tell me there's another flood! Ugh, no, it's not.
So what is it? I mean, everything's totally soaked. Take-pyeon, you're drenched!
Don't worry about me. The water, drops of water were still pouring down from the ceiling. Oh man, we ran over here as soon as we saw the warning on the monitor. It's not the fire alarm? I'm telling you, there's no fire or flooding. Let me explain. Could you put that away? She held a fire extinguisher in both hands as if bracing to use it. She pulled the safety pin and held out the nozzle ready to spray at an instant's notice. It was a pretty clumsy looking attempt. And the sprinklers are gone, and now the image has little water droplets on it. After a while, the water stopped. Sora smiled and gazed at the flower bed. You don't suppose this was just a prank? You know, now it was my turn to smile. Yeah, I guess it was something like that. Over on the wall, there's some kind of weirdly shaped colored button. And I thought, what the heck does this do? I couldn't help but giving it a little push. And with that, you tossed the fire extinguisher aside. She turned her head to hide her face and try to contain her laughter. I don't know what kind of laugh that is.
Kuranari!
She balled up a fist and swung it in my direction. Listen here, you're not a kid, you know! You just who broke the group rules the other day, huh?
What are you thinking?
You was poised to launch into a sermon. She rambled on, but the words didn't reach my ears, and I gazed at wonder at the flowers. Previously wilted and drooping flowers had such in a short time come full of life and seemed to be dancing about. Flowers don't really do that instantly, but okay. It's fine. Alright, it's 1:36 a.m. Spooky times. Okay. Midnight sneaked up on me. Everyone was already fast asleep. Some were snoring. For us, the situation wasn't getting any better, but at least we weren't getting any worse. It was better that we just slept to prepare for what might come. If only I could... I can't sleep. If anyone's awake, they would see me bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. How could I be so tired but not able to sleep? I started wondering about my body. Oh well. I took a walk to get my mind off of things. Splash. I saw the corridor was covered in water as I quietly slipped out of the room. It's freezing! The ocean water flowing into the room was colder than usual, maybe because it was evening. Damn, now I'm even more awake. I continued down the path, my heavily soaked shoes weighing me down with each step. Only the sound of my damn shoes echoed through the night. I didn't encounter a soul as I walked down to the corridor. No one had come to get us, but I decided to not let it get me down. We were still alive, we had survived so far, and we would live for the foreseeable future. I thought to myself that anyone who had made it as far as us would survive. Yeah, we'll make it. I nodded to myself. I turned the corridor in the corner of the corridor. Was it a dead end? It seemed like I'd reached the dead end of the floor. I turned around and headed back along the passageway.
Oh, good! There you are, Kuranari-san! I was looking for you! What's wrong? Hello?
Oh, Sora.
Yes?
Don't scare me like that, Sora. I was surprised. For an instant I had stood there frozen because the moment Sora had appeared around the corner, I had just been face to face. We were so close, it just seemed like our noses were overlapped. Realizing that, I took 3 steps backwards. I could feel my heart pounding.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to get so close to you.
Sora's cheeks turned to a soft red.
Oh, did I look strange?
No, don't worry about it. You're beautiful as always. Okay, don't hit on the AI. Oh my god.
Oh, well, thank you. It's just, I'm a little embarrassed.
Huh? Felt like I just blurted out something ridiculous. You did, boy! Alright. But Sora had smiled when I'd said it, so maybe it was okay. I tried to calm myself down.
Well, anyway, everyone is still sound asleep, so I haven't told anyone, but...
As soon as she said that, her face suddenly changed. Huh? What?
A little while ago, Komachi-san tossing and turning in bed, so I dispatched the medical wagon to keep her still.
Really?
Yeah, I was surprised. She was seriously hurt, and still...
Hey, so she could wake up soon, don't you think?
Yes, I think she may soon regain consciousness.
Well, she shouldn't be tossing and turning like that. She'll reopen her wounds.
Yes, actually, that is why...
Hey, we can't let that happen! That's it! I'll go check on her!
Oh, Kurenai-san!
As soon as I left her standing there as she was calling after me, I flew up the stairs as fast as I could and sprinted down the corridor. I arrived in front of the infirmary on the second floor, poked the button to open the door, but it seemed to take forever. I opened the door slowly and quietly. Tsugumi was lying there on the bed on the back of the room. I walked slowly over to her and sat on the bed next to hers. I could hear a computer working over at the other end of the room, collecting data on her pulse and blood pressure. The data told me the most important thing is that she was still alive. However, Tsugumi was still unconscious. Did she really turn in her sleep? Or would she continue to sleep like that? At that moment, her fingers began to twitch. Ah! Her eyes opened. I wondered what I should do. What should I say? Where would I even begin? It's 1:42 a.m., but she woke before I could decide. Good morning. That was all I could say. I hadn't thought of what to say beyond that. What time is it now? I'm not sure. I pulled my PDA out of my pocket and checked the time. It's May 4th, 1:42 a.m. Really? Tsugumi appeared weak as she slightly moved her body. How are you feeling? That's a stupid question. I'm just asking. Just tell me how you're feeling. Awful. My whole body hurts. I feel terrible. Oh. Tsugumi lifted her hand up to her face, opening and closing it slowly. Her movements were still sluggish. How's the injury? Does it hurt? You may still be under a bit of anesthesia. Injury? Anesthesia? Hey, you didn't forget, did you? Tsugumi's eyes wandered the room, to the ceiling, and to the sheets, cast on her leg. Oh, right. I remember now. Tsugumi tried to get up, but noticing the various ivy cords snaking up her arm, she frowned. She was alive. She was injured, but still breathing. Her life had been saved, and for that I was grateful. But it was my fault. I was the one who caused her injury. Alright, so do I say I'm sorry and apologize, or don't say anything? I think I should definitely apologize. I'm sorry. I wanted to tell her how I felt. Why are you apologizing? It was my fault that you were injured. Because I was careless. You ended up getting hurt. It was my fault. That's why I'm sorry. And what's more, you protected Coco. You made sure that she didn't get hurt. And I don't know how to thank you. I lowered my head. Oh, she's looking at me now. But Tsugumi's face soured. She was glaring at me. Don't misunderstand. I was injured, but it wasn't because I sacrificed myself for Coco's safety. Tsugumi sighed heavily. It's just that I wanted to die. Great. What? How come you had to save me? If you had left me alone, I could have finally died. What? I jumped up from the bed and shaking my fist furiously. What the hell did you just say? You? What do you mean I could have finally died? That's what I said, right? I wanted to die. Tsugumi gazed at me, narrowing her eyes. She was quiet. I gazed back. I could tell by the look in her eye that she wasn't joking. And because of that, I couldn't forgive her. Bam! I slammed my fist on the bed violently. Tsugumi, you stupid little... How dare you say that so lightly? I looked straight into her and I screamed. When you die, it's game over, you understand? You understand that, right? Have you forgotten about us, what we're facing here? The situation had reversed to be glaring at Tsugumi. It wasn't as if she had actually done something wrong, but that didn't mean I could forgive her for saying that. She snorted. You don't understand, Takeshi. Life is a nightmare. This world is littered with ugliness. Cut your poetic garbage. Wham. Again, I pummeled the bed with my fist. Life is the most important thing in this world. Life is a miracle. You're wrong. This is no miracle. In this ever-expanding universe, continuously, infinitely, this phenomenon called life is no miracle. It's unnatural. And it's an accident that we awoke in this disgusting world. Wrong. You're wrong, Tsugumi. I hesitated for a moment. You're unbelievably wrong. Where am I wrong? Come on, tell me where I'm mistaken. All of her emotion left her face. She spoke plainly and precisely. Life is just a cluster of empty desires. We build our lives on the corpses of others. We kill cows, pigs, birds, fish, and plants. And if we don't, we die. Our appetites are whetted by the slaughtering of others. Our desires for sleep only proves our laziness. Our sexual desires are expressed through obscenity and sin. All of these things that keep us alive, the things that drive us, are filthy, and we can't live without them. There is no such thing as a life of purity. Ultimately, from the moment we are born, we are already corrupted. And that's why you want to die? Yes. I became quiet, contemplating what Tsugumi just said. That time, it was me laughing. I thought you were smarter than that, but I guess I overrated you. You do have a point. I think you're partly right. I'll admit it. In order for us to live, it's true that we must commit some atrocities. Sometimes people do terrible, despicable things. But do you really think living is a sin? Thinking life is a sin is the result of arrogant values. You don't really think it's for a crime for a bird to snatch fruit from a tree, do you? Does a tiger feel guilt for eating its prey? Is it really terrible thing to join together and create new life? Everything that is necessary to continue living is not only right, I believe it's sacred. The birds, the tigers, the ants, even the grass. They all work so hard to live. It's a beautiful thing. And to love the lives of others is just as important as loving yourself. You have to realize that, don't you? It's ridiculous. Tsugumi frowned. Stop pretending to be so cold! I wanted to kick the bed over, yet I resisted somehow. Alright, why did you protect Coco? Why did you sacrifice yourself to save Coco? I don't know exactly what happened back there, but I do know that you're avoiding the truth. You're desperately trying to deny life. Everyone's desires are born out of life. You only want to believe that you're wrong, that they're wrong to prove your selfish point. You're holding on so obstinately, living while all you want to do is die. Your logic is so completely backwards. Life should be unconditionally embraced. Everyone's life, for the sake of living. By definition, living beings must have life. If love is beautiful, then so is life. You don't understand a thing. Yeah, I don't understand. We've known each other for what, just 3 days? I don't know a thing about you, but I know for sure that what I'm saying is 100% true. So, don't say that you want to die. I wouldn't let her say it. I bit my lip as I stared at Tsugumi. Sorry. I had told Tsugumi exactly how I felt. No holding back, no regrets. I didn't want her to say it anymore. I didn't want her to have to say those things. She survived for a reason. She shouldn't say she shouldn't say she wanted to throw that away. Tsugumi let all of her tension slip out from her shoulders. Her eyes suddenly lit up. Yeah. Oh, now she's smiling at me. I get it. What had I finally gotten through to her? I couldn't help but smile. A smile appeared on her lips. She glanced up at me and muttered something. I understand perfectly. You're a total hypocrite. Okay, now I'm out of the infirmary, I guess. Ah, Kurenari-san, what happened? Where's Komachi-san? Sora was waiting just outside the door with a worried expression on her face. She's alive.
Really?
But she wishes she were dead.
Kurenari-san, did she really tell you that?
Yep, it's true. It's unfortunate, but she didn't get what she wanted. Death.
But you don't have to...
Sora's voice quivered as she spoke. You know, I should have never even helped save...
Kurenari-san! Please stop this. You should not say things like that. It is awful, but I am so disappointed in you.
I'm sorry. Now you're upset, Sora. I'm not myself right now. I'm heading back to bed, even though I know I can't sleep. I raised my hand weakly and parted with Sora. Sora stood by the entrance of the medical room, frozen without movement. It was really hard to wake up after falling back asleep. When I couldn't get up, I'd get irritated, and the reason I couldn't sleep was beyond me. I couldn't sleep because I was so caught up in not being able to sleep. A vicious cycle. Man, this is really bad. Still really groggy, but thankfully I wasn't sleepy, and that was driving me crazy. So I opened and closed my hand. My body seemed to be in pretty good shape. I shook my head. I slapped my cheeks, and then I breathed in a deep, cold air. I breathed it out, and okay, I'm just breathing, I guess. Sorry. I don't know why it's gonna be describing it. Just breathing, it's fine. Mustering up my strength, I jumped out of bed. I reinserted my voice converter into my ear. About time I started cooking breakfast for all of y'all! But when I looked around, no one's here? The conference room was empty. Hold up, what time is it? I checked my PDA display anxiously. It was just shy of 9 a.m. You are late! Okay. I think I'm going to stop now. That sucked. Gloomy Tsugloomy. Tsugumi. God, I can never say her name ever again. Yeah, so that's it for today. And wow, what an argument. Okay. Cool. Well, thanks for joining again, and hopefully we can convince Tsugumi that life is worth living in the next episode. Okay. Goodbye!